to EGL9. This is the Turtle Beach Call of Duty Spring Championships. I am Brycey and I'm joined by a guest caster for this match we have coming up. It is, of course, Furluff. Hello, Furluff.
Hello.
Right, okay, we're actually going to watch Nemesis, better known now as Cloud, for this event. They are the ex-Nemesis lineup that you did see last week at I-Series, and they are going against well, the game's ended.
We have full started. Great start.
Great start. We'll meet stars. You mean to go on, but however, we are going to be watching them up against Epsilon. Now, this is the Epsilon that has actually qualified for LA. However, they do have recently picked up Sours for this event.
Yeah.
And when they go to LA, they are, of course, going to have Excellence from Prophecy. So, slightly different lineup. Sal's actually an ex-Prophecy member himself. The game will restart any second now. I believe it was maybe a slight problem with the rules. Yeah, apparently, yeah. They're pointing that it was Epsilon's fault, as I've just been told.
I think they've been having some mix-up problems as well.
Yeah, sorry about the delay, ladies and gentlemen. We have actually had it was the players. I'm just going to put this out there. Players have had a few technical issues with some of their hardware, so they've been sorting that out so they can actually communicate properly during the game. However, I believe we are all ready now to carry on with this. Like I said, it is, of course, Cloud, the ex-Nemesis lineup, up against Epsilon, and they'll be playing here in this pool play. We hope to keep the games going fairly regular from now on. Like I said, it was only a hardware issue that kept us off stream for so long. So we will keep going. I believe we're just waiting for one of these players to start again right now. Oh, it's a hardware problem again. It shouldn't be too long. Like I said, somebody's had an issue with some of their audio equipment, meaning they cannot hear themselves, their teammates, or the game sound. I believe we're about to start up again. There's a lot of headset waving going on over there. Okay, let's talk a little bit. Furluff, obviously, for people who don't know at home, who are you, what do you do, and what's going on?
So I am Furluff. I'm just I do a little bit of everything, do a bit of content on Deserto, a little bit of playing, and not too much playing anymore, and just kind of linger around at LAN events. And
you were begging, you wanted to come cast. He's really eager for it. I will say slightly nervous, so please take it easy on Furluff.
Yeah.
He's incredibly nervous, but he is eager, so he will be joining me for this cast as we go into this game. First of all, I'm going to ask you the question that I ask everybody who sits next to me. Who do you think will win this game?
I think this game or map?
No, this entire game, and then we'll talk about individual maps.
Okay, I'm going to go with the whole game. I think Cloud will win. But this map, I'm going to go with Epsilon, just because Epsilon run. I think they run 3 ARs on this map. Well, I'm sure they do. Judd just kind of switches at will. So
well, Judd does what he likes.
Exactly.
Literally,
Judd does what he wants. So yeah, I think they're going to take this match just because Nemesis Cloud have kind of 2 strict SMGs in Josh and Shane. I don't really know how good they are at slaying. So
well, Josh not had a great event at I-Series. Yeah. He actually hit back at his critics the other day saying, watch this, I'm going to put in the performance this event. His teammates were not happy with his performance either. So Shane, I will mention Shane here. He was kind of under, it's weird because obviously he was in Prophecy, right? He was the captain. A lot of people respected him, but he was still kind of underrated. Like, he's the weak link in Prophecy.
Yeah, sure.
And then I-Series last week, the guy dropped bombs.
Ham, yeah, he was going ham. I think he's just about hype, isn't he? Like, I think in that Prophecy lineup, if they lose them out, then just kind of lose a bit, become a bit huffed and lose a bit of motivation. So I think with Shane, with Mad Cat and Josh, though, like it fits in perfectly. Their kind of style of getting hyped and just going on a roll works perfectly with Shane. Although
yeah, it really does. So that is more or less a very loud team. Like I said, Shane, Josh, Mad Cat, and Zanity, kind of nicknamed unofficially the young ones because that is a very young team loading up. So, you know what, Josh Madcat, we've seen the guys play before. Zanity's kind of burst onto the scene. He's probably the newest player to really come through the ranks and dominate that sort of top echelon lineup. And Shane is obviously, probably one of the most well-known European players about, lovely guy. A lot of people, he's probably one of the friendliest guys you'll meet in the top echelons of Call of Duty. Going up against this Epsilon lineup, now obviously McGee, a lot of people have heard about McGee. And he didn't have the best, he wasn't the greatest in Cologne.
Yeah.
I think he'll admit that himself.
I think also it'll be interesting to see how he deals with the trash talk as well.
This is true. We'll deal with the trash talk. You've got to remember that this Cloud lineup are definitely a trash talking team.
Yeah, and the Epsilon lineup are kind of introvert. They're quite quiet, some of them. So it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that.
Lucky,
there's kind of no boundaries now.
We're going to speak about Lucky. He's, you know what? He had a good LAN last time I saw him.
Yeah,
and bearing in mind, Cologne was his first ever actual event.
That is impressive.
To deal with that kind of pressure, and like I said, he went through and won it. Sowers, LAN veteran himself, quite a well-known figure of the community. I believe he's also on the Rules Council. He's actually been jumping teams a little bit recently. Didn't qualify for LA with his Italian lineup. That's actually Swanayu who kind of messed him over there by joining the opposite side of the Italian showdown. But what do you think of Sowers? I mean, some people rate him, some people think he keeps losing it, inconsistent. What do you reckon?
I don't know, like, he seems to blow hot and cold. Like, one map he'll get absolutely ham, next map he's just kind of nowhere to be seen, but I think he's a great leader for that team. Like, he can definitely kind of pull them through games. He goes clutch a lot, so I think he's a good replacement for Excellence. Like, in terms of personality, he kind of is not too different in it.
No, I know exactly what you mean. I don't think Sowers is as good as Excellence. I'm going to put it out because in my mind, Excellence is easily one of the best players on this game.
Yeah.
This guy has come back from his Modern Warfare 2 days where he had a lull. He wasn't, he didn't have the great placements. He's come back and he literally, Excellence, who's playing on the other stage right now, we can see, like, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The skill he has on this game at the moment is incredible.
I think
so. I don't think Sowers is as good as him. I can't say that. Sowers is still an amazing player. But Excellence at the moment has stepped into just an elite of about 4 players.
I think the thing about Excellence, he plays really different to a lot of people. Like, he slows his game right down. You see him, he doesn't sprint a lot. He catches a lot of people sprinting. Just kind of an all-round pain in the arse to play against.
Yep. Okay, talking about the last member of this lineup now, Jerd.
Yeah.
What a player at the moment. If you saw him in Cologne, he made it look so easy. This guy, words kind of leave me at the moment talking about the performance he put on because so many people are now rating him. He was kind of known as a little bit of an online player, a connection warrior. But then he come to LAN and just pulled off. If anything, he was better. To be known as a connection warrior online and then come to LAN and just prove them that you have a terrible connection. Now I'm actually better than that, than what you thought I was. Just incredible. So it's going to be. I want to see how Jerd plays. This is a big event for him. Lucky, although Cologne was high pressure, he had a good lineup behind him. Easier win to go through to LA. So I want to see if Lucky can deal with the pressure. McGee and Sowers are certainly going to help with that, with the experience of LAN and 2 have.
I think a big question is kind of, are they reliant on Jerd? Because I mean, if Jerd's having an off game, are the others gonna pick it up?
This is true. Let's actually jump on board with. Let's get on board with Epsilon first of all, and let's actually look at Jerd. Since we were just talking about him, looks like he's going to start off with the M8A1.